All right, everybody. We are going to go live here in about 4 minutes, right at 9. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat box if everything sounds good. All right, I've got the chat box working now. So if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat box or a yes or something, just to make sure everything's working before we actually go live here. All right, I've got a 1. So it's working for some people. That's good. All right, we're going to get started here in about 3 minutes. So just hang tight. We'll get some things set up here. All right, great. Well, it's 9 o'clock. Looks like we've got most everybody here, so that's great. One more thing, if you can see this on your screen scrolling up and down, put a 1 in the chat box so I know that everything's working the way that it's supposed to. If you can't see this, put a 2 in the chat box. Alrighty, looks like we got some 1s here. Good, awesome. Just want to make sure everything is working. We have a can't hear. I had some other people that said they could hear. So Kevin, I wonder if that's just a audio problem. If everybody else can hear, let me know real quick. Before we get started, we want to make sure everybody has access to this content. Alrighty, cool. I've got a lot of 1s going on, so it looks like everybody but you can hear there, Kevin. Let me let him know here. Just going to send him a quick message. Alrighty. Cool. Awesome. All right, Mark, the blurry video, it's not supposed to be a video. It's just supposed to be this website. So as long as you can see the website, we are good. And if not, I'll be explaining it all in detail anyway. So, alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Thank you guys, first of all, for showing up. Mostly this is just so I can share a little bit of what's going on in my life and how this has really been, honestly, an answer to prayer in a lot of ways. And I just wanted to show you just the potential of this business, and then also show you a way that you can get involved in this business and have absolutely no risk, which is unheard of. You know, I'm sure you're all curious. So here's the way we're going to do this. I am going to, first of all, just kind of share a little bit about my story so you get the background of how I got into this business and the things that I've been experiencing. And then we're going to go over the actual offer. And then if you have any specific questions about the business itself or about the offer, we'll answer those at the end. But I want to go ahead and get to the part where I tell you how you can get involved in this business risk-free, because that's what we've been talking about for the last week or so. So we're not going to keep you in suspense that much longer. Not going to spend a ton of time here tonight. I'm going to try to have you guys in and out of here in an hour or less, because I realize your time is valuable, as is mine. So we're going to get started right now. Let me tell you a little bit about how I got started in Amazing Selling Machine, which is getting into Amazon. I was looking for something. I didn't know what, but I was looking for something that would allow me to pursue my business, which right now is music, my business side of music. But right now, my music doesn't make money. And so I wanted to build something that would run in the background, something that I didn't have to spend a ton of time managing, but would also be really scalable. So this is when, out of the blue, I got an email from somebody that I don't even really know, but they were recommending something, and I followed them for a little bit, and they were recommending this program. And so I checked it out, and I spent a lot of time researching this program before I bought in. What got me to buy in was something very similar to what you're going to hear tonight, because they were offering, you know, a bunch of guarantees that made it possible for me to get in risk-free. And I'm so glad that they did that. It really minimized my risk, but I'm going to even one-up that tonight. So Kevin looks like he's still having a little bit of trouble here with audio. Really not sure how to fix that for you, Kev. I'm so sorry. Sounds like everybody else can hear. So, but anyways, the ASM thing just kind of dropped in my lap. I started looking into it, and then when I bought in, I went on to overdrive. I downloaded all of that information into my brain as quickly as possible, spent several weeks solid just downloading information and then implementing it as I could. And I went through that whole process in about a month's time. By the end of that month, I had a product ordered on its way to Amazon, had a listing up ready to receive my product. And then this is what happened to me. I have 100 of my product that shows up to Amazon because they came in 2 separate shipments. The bulk of my first order, which was only 500 units, got derailed on a train. So, you know, that in and of itself was just the most bizarre beginning to this business possible. So let me fix this blurriness, guys, real quick. Let me try this real quick. Go ahead and stop this, and then we'll keep going. I want to make sure everybody's seeing. I'm not showing anything at the moment, but I want to make sure that when I do start showing something, you'll be able to see it. So let me reshare this now that we're live. Give me just 1 second. Make sure everybody. I'm having some people say that you know, they're not able to see it. So let's make sure. All right, let me know if that's any better, and I'll just keep going here. All right, so my product gets derailed, and I go through my first 100 doing promotional stuff to try to rank really fast. And we can talk about that later too, because part of this Amazon business is getting your product ranked on the first page so that people can find you organically when they search for your product. If you're stuck back on page 20 for whatever you're trying to sell, it's a lot harder for people to find you, especially organically. You have to advertise to get people to find you. So half of this business is getting your product ranked and getting it ranked fast. So to do that, you give away some units at the beginning, get your sales velocity up there, and get some reviews on your product, which is what we talked about in the initial video series. So if you haven't had a chance to check out that initial video series, definitely let me know, and I will make sure that you are on the list that all those get sent out to, because there's a lot of helpful information in that video series as well. If you have those emails and you haven't watched them, take a minute to do that, because that will explain a lot. Don't do that now, obviously, but do that eventually. So I went through my first 100 products on Amazon and didn't have any to sell because all of mine were derailed. And then I had a bunch of delays getting the next shipment. It took me almost a full month after my first initial burst of product before I actually had a product online. So I've only really technically been at this for 3 months, even though I signed up in July, which is why you'll see all over my site where it says I've been on Amazon for 3 months. Well, I got all my stuff together in a month, and then it took another month and a half, 2 months from things that were completely out of my control to get my product live. But ever since that time when my product went live, things have really begun to take off for my Amazon business. And I'm going to show you this little screenshot here. If you can see my screen right now, this is my sales summary from last month. And actually, it's a little bit better than that, because I took that screenshot a couple of days before the end of the month. And so I had a $1,000 week in there the very last week of that month. And it's continuing to go up. So I'm still playing with some things, still testing some things, and results are going to vary, obviously, but that's a pretty good result for only being on Amazon for 3 months. And the things that I can teach you how to implement, you can get there much quicker, and you can get there with a lot more money in your pocket than what I ended up with, because I made a lot of mistakes when I first started out, buying things that I didn't need, trying things that didn't work. So you're getting the benefit of me going through all of this trial and error for the last 5 or 6 months of my life, and basically helping you jumpstart in Amazon. So that's my story. I want to get into the details a little bit about what I'm offering here. If you haven't figured out what ASM is, Amazing Selling Machine, is a program that teaches you from the basic level all the way up to advanced marketing how to sell on Amazon. And the business model of Amazon is simply this: find a profitable product, and then, well, there's a lot of facets to that, obviously, but basically, find a profitable product, find a manufacturer who will help you make that product, put your branding and logo on that product, and then send it to Amazon, who handles all of your back end, all of your fulfillment, so that you don't ever have to touch a single unit of inventory. They handle your shipping, they handle your customer interaction, they handle your payment processing, which is a huge deal. So you don't even have to have your own website. You can do everything straight off of Amazon, never touching any product. So that's a huge benefit for someone starting out. What that means is it makes this business very scalable, because now a guy like me who has no warehouse, no employees, nothing like that, I could have $1 million business doing a little bit of outsourcing for some quality control, customer service, that kind of stuff, and really run it all from my home with 100 SKUs, 100 different products on Amazon, because I'm not having to manage all of that inventory. All I have to do is set it up properly in Amazon, and then the rest of it is all marketing. So all of that is teachable, and that's what makes this business such a great business, because the barrier to entry is so low. Literally anyone can get started in this business and be successful. All it takes is the right knowledge and the right drive. And I can provide the right knowledge because I've been selling online for a long time. And like I said, I've gone through the ropes. And as they say, experience is the best teacher. I have experienced a lot of negativity surrounding this business, a lot of things that could go wrong. And so that way, since I've experienced things that could go wrong, I can definitely help you avoid those pitfalls. You'll be that much further ahead of me. So let's get to the actual thing here. I'm going to go down my my page here, and I encourage you to go through and read all of this when we're done here. So here's what you get with the actual Amazing Selling Machine program. You get all of that training. You get lifetime access to the amazing community. So the community is a forum of people who can help you with any question that you might have. These are people who are actually on Amazon, have been through the ASM program, are at different stages in the Amazon program. So you've got people who have graduated and are now mentors, and then you also have people who are that bought in with you, and they're right at the same level, and you guys can all learn together and bounce ideas off of each other and maybe even work together. It's a very valuable resource. You also have their proprietary software suite, so there's a lot of helpful tools in there. And then you also have access to one-on-one training and support from the ASM mentors. So these guys are the uber successful, the ones that went through the program, are doing things right, and they're a big asset to you for that one-on-one training. Then you also have a free ticket to the Amazing Live event. Past guests include Richard Branson and Robert Kiyosaki. So they have a lot of celebrity guests all the time. It's in Vegas this year, so going to be a really fun event. You don't want to miss out to that. That's a $1,500 value included with your purchase of Amazing Selling Machine. So that's what you get just with the base program. And that would be good. I mean, the base program is okay. I mean, it's a very good program. But I'm going to make it a little bit better for you tonight. I have several different bonuses that I want to just briefly go over so that you can see exactly how valuable this is. Because, guys, this is what I wanted whenever I first started. This is what I wish I would have had. I've gone through, found all of the best things that you could possibly have for first starting your Amazon business, and eliminated all the things you don't need. And trust me, there's tons of things that people will try to pitch you for your Amazon business that you don't need. So I personally have tried all of these, at least in trial format, with my own Amazon business. Some of these things I don't even have full access to because I'm not at the place in my business because of all the mistakes that I made with things that I didn't need. I bought too many things that I didn't need, couldn't get the stuff that I really needed, but was really impressed with the trials, and it's the real deal. As soon as I can, these are on my list to actually get and implement in my own business. But I'm going to give them to you for free as part of your purchase here tonight. So let's go over them real quick. Jungle Scout is how you find those profitable products. It's a great way for you to scout the market, see what's selling, how much approximately that is in dollar value, and then how popular it is so that you can choose a product to then try to compete with. Because the best thing to do whenever you are selling on Amazon is to find a product that's in demand but undersupplied. So there's a lot of demand for it, but there's not a lot of good supply. That's a need and a niche that you can hit, and Jungle Scout will help you to find that. You get a lifetime subscription to Jungle Scout. That's a $150 value. Your second bonus is Feedback Genius. So you're going to get a 6-month subscription to that. Feedback Genius helps you connect with your customers automatically. So anybody that buys from you on Amazon, it will send them a reminder to give you a review. It will send them special offers if you want it to. So it really helps you increase your productivity and increase your overall customer experience. Super helpful tool, especially for first starting out. Your third bonus is Aweber. Aweber is a email client that will help you curate lists of customers. This goes really well with a squeeze page or a landing page, somewhere where you can send your customers to before they actually get to your product on Amazon. That increases your conversion, and it also will allow you to collect their email address in exchange for, say, 20% off, something along those lines, because you can then retarget those customers later who give you their email address with better deals, increasing your conversion even more. And conversion rate plays a big part in how you rank on Amazon, so it's really important. You get a 6-month subscription to Aweber. It'll allow you to set up automated email services and sign-up forms, all of that kind of stuff. Bonus number 4, Manage by Stats. So Manage by Stats is it's a data pulling app that puts it all together in an interface, pulls all of your Amazon data, and allows you to view it in a lot of different ways that you can't do just through the regular Amazon backend of what we call Seller Central. So Amazon does basic reporting, but Manage by Stats is going to be able to put it all together in something that you really will be able to use to take your business to the next level and manage by the numbers, the actual numbers. So your bonus number 5 is a Shopify store. Okay, so Amazon is a stepping stone. It's not your end game. Even if you primarily focus on Amazon, Shopify is a way that you can link straight to Amazon, sell even more without having to do any extra work. And it gives you an amazing benefit to people who are just selling on Amazon, because now you have a place to send people that you control. So Amazon can still do all of your back-end fulfillment and all of that kind of stuff. But with your Shopify store, you can control the customer experience all the way through, and it allows you a lot more flexibility. So you're going to get a 6-month subscription to your own Shopify store. If you decide at the end of the 6-month subscription that you don't really care to do both, or you'd rather not mess with the Shopify store right now, that's perfectly fine. It's just included. And I think you'll find it to be a valuable tool. Here's something really cool. Also, your 6th bonus is a $100 marketing credit. So no product, especially a first product, is going to survive without outside marketing. You really have to push in the beginning to get that product ranking. And so I don't want to leave you high and dry. I'm going to give you $100 just flat out so that you can market your product, put it towards ads, so that you can get your product ranking really fast. So that's really just what it sounds like. It's $100 for ads. You're also going to get 3 months of group coaching with me. This is a $1,500 value. I'm not going to offer this to anybody else but the people that are here on this webinar, because honestly, it's just not worth my time to offer this level of coaching. You're going to get 3 months, so that's 1 month with 3 times. I'm sorry, 1 a month for 3 months is a group webinar similar to this, where I'm going to walk you through every step of the process that you need to get your product up and running as fast as possible. So that's a really big bonus. Then bonus number 8, 6 months of one-on-one email support. So the group coaching is going to show you how to do things, but when you have specific problems, you need specific advice. You need personalized assistance. And so that's why I'm going to make myself available to you for anything that you need. This is unheard of in this industry. I've heard of people offering one-on-one email support, but it's very limited. It's like 1 email a month. I'm not going to do that to you. I would ask, that you don't abuse that, obviously. But if you have a legitimate problem and question, again, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I also know a lot of people, and I have access to a lot of different resources surrounding Amazon. I can help you get your product off the ground. I can help you negotiate with suppliers. I can help you pick the right product. All of the things that are snags to a lot of people getting started. You need personalized assistance. So that's why I'm going to give you 6 months of one-on-one email support with me. So if you're counting, so far we're at a value of $2,400 and $2,468, 68 cents. That's not how it works. No, so almost $2,500 of additional bonuses that you're getting absolutely free. But if you know how these things work, you know that we're not quite done yet. Because if you act right now before the end of this webinar, then I'm going to give you a year of Feedback Genius, Aweber, and Shopify. So all those 6-month subscriptions, now those are going to be a full year. And then we're going to bump up your marketing credit to $250. So it's not going to be $100 anymore. It's going to be $250 of marketing credit. You can really do some serious beginning marketing with $250. Trust me. So I'm just going to give you $250 to do that. And you're going to get a full year of that email support. So unlimited email support for a year. That's an insane value, and that bumps up your total value to $4,296. And remember, I'm not going to leave this up forever. As soon as this webinar is over, I might leave it up for a little bit, but you never know. So I would act fast on that. And then here's where it really gets good, guys. First 10 people to order, and these are going to go fast. So first 10 people to order are also going to receive these big bonuses. Big bonus 1, I'm going to set up your Shopify store for you. So that's like free money. I'm going to set up your entire Shopify store with the one product that you have on Amazon, your first product. We're going to get it ready to go, all linked together. You could start sending traffic there. You don't even have to worry about the setup. I'm going to do that for you. That's $1,000 value. I'm also going to give you a custom landing page. So those squeeze pages that we talked about that are going to increase your conversion rate, the things that are going to help you in the future to make more money, is one of those biggest things is a custom landing page. And those are not that easy to set up, especially for someone who has very little experience on the web. And if you have experience on the web, it's a pain to have to set up a landing page. So I'm going to go ahead and give you one of those that's optimized to convert traffic, grab email addresses, and we're going to make that really, really good for you. And then big bonus number 3, we're going to do a full-on product launch. So all of those things that I mentioned before, especially with that marketing credit, I'm just going to do a product launch for you. I'm going to walk you through the steps of how I launch a product, and then we're going to just do it. We're going to launch that whole product. That's a $2,500 value that I'm going to just give to you if you're one of the first 10 people to sign up today. So that's a total real value of $8,296. So that's what you're getting today. You get all of that for free if you order today. So now we get to the risk-free part. Remember, I've been talking all week about how you could try this business risk-free. Yet I keep talking about ordering and getting and buying and all that kind of stuff. Well, here's how this is risk-free for you. First of all, ASM offers you a 30-day guarantee, no questions asked, money back. You get to go through the first 4 modules of the program. If you don't like it, if it's not gelling with you, they don't care. They will give you your money back. Trust me, I tried, and I ended up deciding not to, but they would have, and I had gotten all of this information and all of that stuff. I was on the brink of giving up on this business because of all the trouble that I had right out the gate, all the mistakes that I made. And they were going to give me my money back. And somebody that wasn't even related to ASM convinced me to stay with it. And I'm so glad that they did. But if you decide you want to hang it up, that's perfectly fine. 30 days to try this business. And, you know, obviously, with my help, it's not going to be easy. Don't misunderstand me. It's not an easy thing to do. But within 30 days, we could definitely get a product listed on Amazon and start selling. 2 to 3 weeks, if we hurry, we could get a product listed on Amazon and then have a week to sell it, rank it, all of that kind of stuff, see kind of where we're going to be at in that process. So it's a very good chance that by the end of that 30 days, you'll know if this is the program for you, if this is what you want to do. And then obviously, if we've bought product, you're going to have money invested in inventory, right? So this is where it gets really good. There's a $2,000 inventory guarantee. So if you decide you want a refund in the 30-day window, but you've already purchased that inventory, which you should to fully test this, you're covered up to $2,000. So they're going to reimburse your inventory that you bought also. And the reason why the Amazing guys are doing this, the Amazing.com guys are doing this, is because they want to make the barriers to entry as few as possible. They want you to have every opportunity to succeed in this business, just like I do. And so they're saying, hey, we're not even going to penalize you if you decide this is not for you, but you've already bought inventory. So that's a real legitimate concern, and that's completely covered. And just for a frame of reference, my first inventory order cost me less than $1,000. So you're more than covered getting your initial inventory to Amazon. So you literally have no reason not to go for it. But if that wasn't enough, I'm going to give you my personal guarantee. Whether you decide the program's right for you or not, you have my personal guarantee that I'm going to support you every step of the way. I'm going to do my absolute level best to make sure that you succeed, especially within that 30-day window. But then beyond that, we're going to do everything in our power to make you as successful as possible in that 30-day window so that you don't have any reason to take them up on those guarantees because you're already crushing it. And then if you decide to stick with it, I'm going to continue to support you all the way through until we've got you at a position to where you could just take it yourself and just kill it like a rock star. So those are the guarantees. And you have no reason at this point to not give this a shot. I mean, if all of this wasn't enough, let me lay out something for you here that wasn't even available when I signed up. The program is not cheap. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here. The program's not cheap to get in because it's worth it. I mean, there are people who in less than a year have a 6-figure business doing what I'm doing right now, and that's not a ton of work. I don't have a ton of time to spend on my actual business. The majority of my time is spent learning things that I can help teach other people about the marketing side and all of that kind of stuff. I don't have a ton of time to just sit and mess with my business. But I'm still doing really, really well on Amazon, and I'm expecting to do even better. I'm on track to have a really good year, especially a first year. So there's no reason why you couldn't expect similar results. I'm not going to tell you you're going to have, I'm not going to guarantee you results, but you have a very good chance with this program to do really, really good. So let me just throw this at you really quick, just so you can get an idea. If you order 500 units of inventory right out the gate, okay, and our target for our first inventory is 40%. I generally like to aim for 50 or higher, but for your first inventory order, especially since it's a small order, your prices are going to be a little higher. So we shoot for 40% profit margin. And then our target window is in between $15 and $60. So if we take on the low end of that $20 product, say we have a $20 product, okay? You say you give away 100 of those products, okay? You give away 100 to rank. You still have 400 units left, and you're selling all 400 of those units at 20 bucks a pop, okay? Where are we at right now? That would be $8,000, okay? And then 40% of that, I'm terrible at math, y'all. 40% of that is around $3,000, right? Terrible at math. Okay, so $8,000, we're in between $3,000 and $3,500, okay? That's your first order, and that's profit. That's not how much money you're making, that's profit. That's not sales, that's profit, okay? So if you have that much potential from your first order, once your product's ranked and you're ordering 10, 20,000 units and lowering those prices, raising your profit margin, this business has unlimited potential. And so the initial investment is very, very small when compared to the potential and the scalability of this business, especially when you attach the money back guarantees and all of that, the inventory guarantee, all of that kind of stuff. But here's something that they just added that allows you to get in for even less, because cash flow is a big deal in this business. That's the reason why when I signed up, they offered the 4-pay plan. You end up paying a little bit more by the end of it, but you can break it up into smaller chunks, and it opens up cash flow in your business, which is a huge deal when you're first starting a business. Well, now this installment of ASM 6, they have offered a different kind of pay plan that knocks everything down. It's a 12-month pay plan and knocks everything down even further. So if you sign up with the 12-month pay plan, put it on a credit card, you're really only investing about $500 tonight that you can get back in 30 days with your inventory guarantee attached to that before you have to pay anything else. So really, you don't even have to invest the full thing at the moment. Like if you're afraid of putting that on your credit card so that it messes up your credit limit, all that kind of stuff, you literally can try this for free and not even hurt your credit score. So again, there's no reason not to order tonight. So that's all I've got for you as far as the offer. If you have any specific questions, and I'm sure that there's lots of questions, maybe not about the offer, but there's probably a lot of questions about the business. We still have about a half an hour before we hit 1 hour, and I will be very happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. If you have a question, just put it in the chat box, and I will answer as many as I can get to tonight, whether it's about the Amazon business, whether it's about my personal experience, whether it's about the guarantees or the process or how any of it works. Just feel free to put all of those in the chat right now. And let me just say, I know a lot of other people personally who are absolutely crushing it in this business with similar amounts of experience, or they entered with similar amounts of experience as the majority of the people on this call right now. They had similar amounts of experience as I did coming in as well. And they're just absolutely crushing it in this business. And the reason why is it's so systematized that anyone, literally anyone, can follow the system and it will work for them. If you deviate from the system, then you might have problems. As long as you know the rules, then what they say is you can break the rules if you know the rules. So what ASM does is it teaches you the rules and teaches you the system, and then you follow that system. And when you follow that system to the point to where you get to the place to where you are learning more about your Amazon business, then you can start breaking the rules. And that's kind of where I'm at this point. I'm starting to break a couple of those rules. And so that's why you need my additional coaching, my additional support, because some of the stuff that's in the actual ASM program, it is good, but it's not the best. And so my additional coaching will help you know what's the best thing to do, especially since Amazon changes every day. Their policies change, different things. You need somebody to stay on top of that for you. And that's where I can really benefit you. So go ahead and submit your questions here in the chat box, and we'll get to those as soon as possible. Take a drink of water here. Been talking for a long time, so now it's your turn to talk. So, alrighty, see what we got here. It looks like we have somebody listening on a cell phone. Kristen can't hear anything. Kristen, I don't know how to. I mean, I don't know why I'm talking through this. Let me type it in here. But Kristen, I don't know how to do anything about the cell phone stuff. That's really not anything I can mess with on my end. So I apologize that you're not able to hear anything. And let me go ahead and put up the link also, since we have everybody here. I'm going to put it in a sticky message. This is the link. No, I'm sorry. That's the Webinar Jam link. Forget that. I'm going to stop screen sharing here, and I'm going to put up the link. If you want to go check out all the bonuses on the page too, then for sure just go to that website. Everybody's saying it's a little bit blurry, so I'm sorry about that. But for sure, just go to the website, and that will help you to be able to see everything that I explained. And then if you have questions about it, then for sure go ahead and ask those questions here in the chat box. I apologize for all the technical problems tonight, guys. But I appreciate you sticking with me through it. And yeah, for sure, go ahead and go. I'm going to try to respond to Christian real quick. Go ahead and go to the prexpresso.com/bonus. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. And then there's a sticky note at the very top, or there should be at least right now, that has the link to the purchase, but there's a bunch of links to the purchase page on PR Expresso bonus as well, and that will give you a little bit more. I also have some reviews. Okay, somebody's talking to me about quality, but we're not going to screen share anymore tonight, guys. Not that I know of, unless I need to demonstrate something, and then at that point, then we will go ahead and fix quality. But yeah, sorry for all the technical difficulties. This is not just straight up Google Hangout, so gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so if that, let's see, did the sticky message go through? No, it didn't. All right, here we go. Now I've got the sticky message through. There we go. Sticky message is there. That's the link. And yeah, so I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. If anybody has any questions, feel free to go ahead and put those in the chat box so that I can help you out with those. And if not, then I will be available via email all night, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have that way as well. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time. If you need to take a few minutes to check out that page, the prexpresso.com/bonus. And then if you want to take a minute to check out the purchase page also. And then if you do have any questions, be sure and let me know. Let me go ahead and start explaining a little bit more about the business itself. The business itself, I've gone over a lot of this already, but I just want to kind of recap because some of you that are on this webinar are a little bit new and didn't get a chance to watch all the videos. Best practices for this business, number one is you want to find the right kind of product, and we define the right kind of product as a product that has good demand but low competition. Low competition doesn't necessarily mean there's not a lot of people selling it. Low competition could mean there's not a lot of people selling it that know what they're doing. And I'll teach you how to find those people that don't really know what they're doing so that you can compete against them in a very effective way. Second step is to find a product that you want to sell. Once you found a product you want to sell, second step is to find a manufacturer who can make that product. And the easiest, best way to do that is to go on Alibaba.com, and Alibaba verifies overseas manufacturers for us so that we don't have to vet them. If you try to search manufacturers on your own, you're very likely to get scammed. Plus, it's really difficult because manufacturers, both US and overseas, are notorious for bad websites. And so it's very difficult for us to navigate and find. You could expect to go through 20 plus pages on Google just to find a good manufacturer, and then you have to call them and contact them, and they're not good at customer service either. Alibaba is the best way that I found to contact quality manufacturers, and you can contact a lot of them at once for the same product. What I like to do is contact a whole bunch, about 20, and then get quotes from them for small orders because we want to test this product first. You don't want to just start out ordering 10,000 for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't know how well it's going to be received. Number two, you're not 100% sure the quality that this manufacturer, especially if it's a new manufacturer, is going to produce for you. I got burned on that also with my initial order, and I'm having to upgrade quality. So you'll find out. Your customers will tell you that your product's a piece of crap. If you if you make a piece of crap product, you will have to improve on that. And I'm actually dealing with that right now. So again, another way that I can help you avoid a pitfall. But you get samples from those manufacturers that give you decent quotes, and then you vet them with a series of questions. I can give you the questions that you have to ask them because you really want to make sure that you're getting something from them that's going to be a quality product that you're going to be able to sell. You don't want to get something from them that's going to cause a lawsuit or something like that. There's a lot of factors involved. So we generally stick with very simple products, generally household products. Really boring products is really the way I like to put it. The more boring your product, the better, because those are the products that, as they say, aren't sexy, so not a lot of people are going to be selling them. But I just got a question from Chad. So let me finish this thought, Chad, and I'll get to you. But since it's not a sexy product, you will have an easier time competing. So Chad said the thing I shared about the snapshot was too blurry to read. Hey, Chad, if you go to prexpresso.com bonus, the little link right here, just put that in your browser, and it's the very top thing under the video. It says sales summary. And just to summarize that once again, that's last month, and really not completely last month because I took that snapshot just a little bit before the end of the month, so I actually did a little bit better than that. But the last month's sales, and that includes a $1,000 week of sales. And again, this is my third month with product on Amazon. So that is the sales summary. So if you're able to pull that up, Chad, let me know. And then if you have any other questions about that, I'll be sure to let you know. And again, guys, I haven't had a ton of time to put into this business. It's not like I've done this night and day. Most of my time has been spent figuring out ways to market this and other businesses, and just kind of this has kind of been legitimately my side business. I maybe have put 10 hours a week into this business since I started, since I did that giant information download the first month. After that, I haven't been able to put a ton of time and effort into this business. So it really legitimately is running on autopilot for me and making this kind of money. If I had a little bit more time to spend on it, I am fairly confident I can double this within the next couple of months and then double it again. just from what I've seen from my statistics. So, and I'm very confident that we can do something very similar with you. It just depends on what kind of product you pick and how competitive it is, and then how we market it. And that's really the biggest thing. Doesn't matter really which product is. There's only a certain amount of criteria that your product needs to meet. If we can get a product that meets that criteria, it doesn't matter what it is. How you market it is the big thing. And the product launch, there's a lot of things that I'm going to offer you in the product launch, the big bonus number 3, that you're not going to get anywhere else, because I'm not going to offer those as part of anything else. You're going to get some videos, you're going to get some press releases, you're going to get a lot of things that you wouldn't otherwise have that you can continue to use for your product. And then I'm going to show you some secret marketing tricks that I've been using to help you with your product launch especially. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that. So are there any more questions? We're approaching 9:45, and I will stay on here until 10 unless we don't get any more questions, and then we will go ahead and wrap this up. So, but I really appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. It's been a pleasure to talk to all of you and get to share a little bit about what's been going on in my life. If nothing else, I just wanted to stay connected with you guys. It means a lot to me that you would show up and that you check out what we've got for you. And again, I really believe this is the best bonus you're going to find. There's a lot of people who are affiliates for ASM this year. It's very, very popular. But I've looked at a lot of their bonuses, and I honestly believe this is the best one that you're going to get. So even if you're not interested tonight, please share this page, this prexpresso.com bonus page with people. The video at the top explains a lot of what we've talked about today. It doesn't go into detail about the actual process of selling on Amazon that much, but it does walk through all the bonuses and things like that. So if you know somebody who's interested in this kind of a business, you'd really be doing me a favor passing this out, because I want to be able to help people do what I'm doing. I mean, this is very moderate success compared to what I've seen, compared to what I know is possible, compared to what I know you can do. You know, there are a lot of people who are absolutely, and when I say crushing it, I mean literally crushing it, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And that's not out of reach. I mean, you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, that's just a select few, but it's really not. It's not the majority, but it's a lot of people. It's a very high percentage of people that go through this program that make at least 5 figures. Now, that would be the majority that make 5 figures a month. Really, the only ones that don't do well with this are the people who don't follow the program and don't stick with it. Everyone that I've seen, everyone that I've talked to who's followed the program and stuck with it has done really, really well. Another thing that I really like about this business, it's not multi-level marketing. You don't have to sign anybody up. If anything, you get to give free things away to the people that you love, so your family and friends. You're not really asking them for anything beyond maybe a review, but you're giving them a free product, so they love you even more for that. And it's not, it's not anything. I got a question from Holly. It's not anything that is illegitimate. It's a legitimate business using Amazon. And Amazon gives you a lot of trust. That's the hardest thing when you're selling anything online. You need trust. It's very, very difficult for you to gain that trust. So we use Amazon and piggyback off of their trust, because everybody knows Amazon. People don't buy from you if they don't trust you, but they trust Amazon. And they don't necessarily have to know that they're buying from you. They just know they're buying from Amazon. And because we're fulfilling through Amazon, they are not disappointed, because Amazon is in charge of making sure that they're not disappointed. All right, Holly is on and says the purchase page doesn't have the 12-month payment plan offer that you spoke of. Where can one find that? Holly, I believe that is a special thing that they are offering for people who sign up. Let me make sure there's not another link. I don't believe there's another link, but I think that's something that they offer either to people who sign up and then contact them later, or they may have another process. Let me double check that for you. Appreciate that question. That's a very good question. And I did notice earlier that wasn't on there. Let me make sure that it's not just hidden here real quick, and then I'll keep looking that up for you here. Yeah, all right. I remember last time when they did this, the 5-month payment plan was not something that they publicized. And so it doesn't look like they're publicizing it again this year, but we were told this year that we could offer it. So I'm definitely, helping people take advantage of that. And I think there was actually a special thing. So I'm going to look that up for you really quick. Great question. All right, anybody else have any questions about what we're doing? Holly, I'm still looking that up for you. And then while I'm looking it up, I'm just gonna field any more questions that there might be as we get a little bit closer to 10 o'clock. And Guy says, no questions from me. Thanks for hosting this webinar. Absolutely, Guy. I appreciate you showing up and hanging out. Thank you very much for that. Chad has asked a question. Amazon has a cost as well, correct, on top of the program cost. That is correct, Chad, but it's pretty minimal. You need to. It's like a $40 a month fee to use their Fulfilled by Amazon service, and then they're going to take a cut of all the product that you fulfill through them for their fulfillment fees. And you can find, it's called FBA Calculator. When you're looking for a product on Amazon, you can figure out how much they're going to take based on the weight and the price point and all of that kind of stuff to help you figure out your profit margin. So when we talk about profit margin, that's including the FBA cost. So if it's a 40% profit, that is after FBA takes their cut. So it is truly 40% profit. And Holly, I am pulling that up. I do know for sure that it's available. They didn't inform us where to go for that, and they didn't say it wasn't going to be on the page. So I'm still looking for that for you, but I should have it here in just a second. And if not, I will send in a support request, and they're really good about getting right back to me. So. All right. Well, they're not very specific about how to do the payment plan thing. Here's what I do know about it. It's through a company called Affirm, and they are essentially a small business loan company, but they've partnered with Amazing.com to offer 3, 6, or 12-month terms. And so it's a partnership. So it's not technically Amazing.com themselves. And so the only thing that I'm not 100% sure on is if you have to like do the one pay and then go back and do that. So what I'm going to do, Holly, if you want to send me a private message, and anybody else that's interested in this, if you want to send me a private message here, and I think that's really easy to do. If you can't figure out how to do that, then right here at the bottom where it says to everybody and to admin in your chat, just click on that and select to admin, and I think that's going to do it. Go ahead and send me your email address, and whenever they respond to me, I will send that on to you. So. All right, we've got about 4 minutes left before I'm gonna go ahead and close this down. Once again, I really appreciate everybody for sticking this out with me. And you know, it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. Looks like they are on right now. They just opened my email, so it should be pretty soon that I get a response, maybe even before we have to close this call down. They're really good about responding very quickly, which is another great thing about Amazing.com. They really have great support. Super highly recommended in that area. I've never had a problem with their support people. They're just very, very good. So for whatever that's worth. Anybody else have any questions at all before we close this down? I'm sure there's a lot of things that are probably rattling around in your head. I really encourage you to look up Amazing.com, search them out, search out their reviews. You're going to have people say that it's overpriced. You're going to have people say that it's, you know, not the best, and try to sell you on something else. Really, anybody that's trying to sell you on something else probably is not giving you an honest review. So just keep that in mind. But most everybody that you will find online is really complimentary of this program, and it's been around a while. So you know, I really don't recommend things often, and when I do, I fully vet them and make sure that it's really good. And in this case, I've gone through it. I really highly recommend this, especially when you combine it with all of the amazing bonuses that I'm able to provide you, and the coaching and things like that. That's just really valuable. Chad and Kevin both said, great job. Thanks for the info. I really appreciate that. Kevin and Chad, thank you guys for hopping on. It really means a lot to me that you were here and listening. And I hope this information is something that you can use, even if you don't sign up tonight. I hope it's something that you can use in the future to help you out. So, interesting. Okay, so let me try this again, because I'm not getting that on the sales page. What they just told me doesn't seem quite right. Okay. All right, guys. This is as simple as it is. Holly, if you're still listening, everybody else, it's really, really simple to do this. Select United States as your country on the checkout page. And when you do that, it opens up the Affirm option. And then you can select that and continue to pay. So that's all it takes. It says first name, last name, email, postal code, country. Select United States as your country because it's only available to American citizens. And it will pull up the Affirm option. So that's really simple. And again, I'm only offering the big bonuses to the first 10. And the doubling up bonuses, I am probably going to get rid of before this closes. By the end of the night. You know what? I'll leave the double up bonuses until midnight. So if you want to take some time, midnight Central, if you want to take some time, take a look at all the bonuses again. If you're interested at all, you want to watch the videos, if you want to go to Amazing.com, watch their videos, you want to vet all of this, I will leave the double up until 12, maybe. It depends on when I go to bed tonight, but I'll leave it up until 12. And any orders that come in after 12 we will not do the double up. So that's that. The first 10 people order will still stand if you're in the first 10 to order. And you know, I really encourage you to jump on that. And then obviously all of the other exclusive bonuses will apply until this closes down at the end of the week. Well, not the end of this week, but a week from today. So a week from today is going to be the absolute last chance. So if you want to pass up on the double up bonuses tonight and take some more time to vet this and think about it, go through it, all of those kinds of things, that's okay too. Just remember the double up bonuses, the year of Feedback Genius, Aweber, Shopify, the $250 marketing credit, and the year of email support. That all goes away by the end of the night at midnight tonight. So if you want to get in on that tonight, and again, guys, there's no obligation to stay with this program. The only obligation is that you try it and that you give it a real go. I mean, that's not even really an obligation. If you don't want to try it, you could just get it and then refund it. But, you know, if you want to make a go of this, there's literally no risk. I mean, all you have to do is just click the button, sign up, put it on your credit card. If you don't like it, take it off your credit card. But especially at the, I think they said $491 a month, especially at $491 a month, we can easily clear $491 in your first month of having a product. So that's going to pay for the program itself as you're going, and then by the end of the year, you've paid it off. And if you make more money before then, you know, you're totally good. But that 12 pay option really frees up some cash flow that I wish I would have had. Because yeah, the business can literally pay for itself by the time that all kicks in. And if it's not paying for itself, or if you don't think it's going to pay for itself, you're under no obligation to stay on. They'll reimburse your inventory, all of that. And I'm going to help you with all of those things too. I'll help you with picking your products and getting your inventory. You know, if you want me to completely do it for you, I might even do that if you ask nice enough. No, I wouldn't do that, because you need to take ownership of this business and own it, because it's going to do something really great for you. If you treat it right, it will work for you. And I honestly believe that. All right, guys, it's 10:03. If there aren't any more questions, I'll give you till 10:05 for more questions. And if not, then I will let you go. But I really appreciate everybody hanging out with me here tonight. And you guys have a wonderful night. I'll give you 2 more minutes for questions. All right, so Stacy does have one quick question. Can you give a rough estimate of the time investment we should be willing to put into this during the first few weeks to a month to successfully launch this business? Stacy, it's really up to you. What I did is I did way more than what the ASM program wanted me to. I went and found everything I could possibly find. I had, like I said, information overload. So it took me a full month to download all of this information. What I can do for you is going to take your time and make it a lot less, your time investment, because what I'm going to do is take all of that information that I downloaded and just spit out the stuff that's actually valuable and help you with just the stuff that's valuable. So I would say this business takes 10 to 20 hours a week to really manage it properly and really grow it fast. And I would lean more towards the 20 hours a week for your first month. That would be my rough estimate. To go through the training itself will take a couple of hours of your week. And they only release one a week. They drip them one at a time for the week. So it's only going to take a couple hours of your week. And then everything else is just action steps that you can take. So yeah, maybe 20 hours a week for your first 3, 4, 5 weeks. After that, you could probably drop it down to 10-ish hours a week. And the beautiful thing about this too is once you get it up and running, you can actually automate a lot of it and outsource a lot of it so that you can get it down to an hour, couple hours a week where you're just managing it and not really like aggressively trying to grow it. You can have spurts where you aggressively try to grow it. So the potential of this business to not be a huge time suck is amazing. But I would think that to be successful, you really don't need to put as much time as I did, because most of my time was spent learning the mistakes. And a lot of that I can help you avoid. And so, yeah, I would say give it 20 hours a week for your first couple of weeks, and see how much you're getting done. So thanks for that question. Anybody else have a question? Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and close this down for the evening. All right, I'm going to stop the broadcast, and if anybody else does have a question, I'm about to put my email here, my personal email, in the chat box. So if you do have any follow-up questions, feel free to shoot me an email, especially if they're longer questions and you just didn't want to ask them here on the chat. There is my email there at the top. Shoot me an email sometime, anytime this week, and I will be happy to answer. This replay is also up. Everybody that signed up is going to get the replay as soon as I stop this broadcast. So if you do know anybody who would be interested in this, please share it. Send it to them. Let them know. Now that you know kind of what it's about and all of that kind of stuff, send it to people who might be interested. So, all right, guys, it's 10:08. I'm going to close us down. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a great night.